driving up I-5 North here in Washington, if you can hear me. Hello, Tabitha. Just trying to beat this traffic, get up through Seattle before the traffic hits. Still got a little ways. Well, quite a ways, actually. A little less than 100 miles. I don't know how good you guys can hear me, but... Alright, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, every sub helps. Every like helps, right? Just trying to do this, set my phone up here for the driving, but I don't really have a mount, so it's kind of just wedged up there, you know what I mean? And hope it doesn't overheat. Need to get a proper, I guess, suction cup deal, whatever. But we'll give it a try. See how long it lasts. How's everybody doing today? I guess if I get a proper windshield mount, I can do some live streams traveling out of state, you know, what I do. So I've been traveling out of state a lot in the last month. Been down to California, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Nevada. I just went to Montana a couple days ago. Well, a few days ago, Friday. Got back Sunday night and left back out for Oregon Monday. Now I'm heading back home and gotta decide where my next trip's gonna go. Maybe here in a couple weeks, right? Been thinking about Yosemite National Park, which I should have done that last Friday, but I kind of regret it not doing it. So I ended up doing Multnomah Falls last night, which was beautiful, really nice. Nice little drive. A lot of scenery there on US 30 there in Oregon. Make sure to double tap that screen. Give it a like. Try to get this out to the old algorithm. So I got the AC on defrost, but I'm not sure if it's blowing a lot of wind noise onto the phone, so let me know if it is. Now I pretty much just do YouTube for fun, you know. It's not bad. Gaining some subscribers is always a good thing, I guess, right? Where's everybody at today? guys can hear me, can't you? I did like a 1 hour live stream last night at the waterfall, but when I ended the live stream, it just disappeared. Like it's not on my YouTube channel, it's not processing, it's absolutely nowhere. Completely gone, vanished. No idea. About 90 degrees out. Nice and sunny. That's a few clouds. Yesterday there wasn't any clouds in the sky. It was just blue, blue, blue. Hotter than hell. I am in Washington State. Hear me good, can't you, Cameron? Maple Bar? Alright, yeah, Maple Bar's good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Maybe it's covering the actual microphone here, maybe. Yeah, I gotta say it's my favorite, Maple Bar. Maybe like a maple bar, some peanuts on it, like some nuts. Oh, you recognize the highway? Yeah, it's I-5. I-5 North. Boston Cream? Oh, yeah. I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of cream-filled donuts. I mean, they're alright, but it just seems like they put too much cream in there. Bacon strips. Bacon strips donut. I guess bacon is good, right? But how about bacon flavored ice cream? Boston cream. Oh, Boston cream. The chocolate glaze. Hey, making me hungry now. Kind of hold my appetite for some Raising Cane's later, hopefully. I didn't eat breakfast, so just kind of check out of the hotel and got some gas and heading north. I'm not going too fast. About 2 over the speed limit, that's it. I don't want no tickets. Oh, Longview, Kelso, okay. Thank God I haven't had a ticket in 18 years. I want to keep it that way. I used to get a lot of tickets when I became a truck driver. You know, early days of trucking, but not a lot, I guess, but you know, then it just kind of got to the point where I couldn't really get them no more, you know, having a CDL. It's not good for your CDL. It's not good if you try to get a job, which I don't truck anymore anyways, but hey, I appreciate it. Thank you, Cameron. Thanks for hopping in there. I appreciate the like, by the way, too. I've been doing a lot of short videos. Like I said, just now started doing live streams, really. I think this is like my 4th live stream ever. But not really scheduled or anything. It's just kind of random, you know. Random places, whatever. But I wouldn't mind having like a gimbal or something to put the phone on when you're... Because if you're doing a live stream and walking with the phone, it's really bouncy, you know, jerky. Driving I-5 North there, Washington State, coming from Oregon. Heading up towards the Seattle area. We're at Share the Drive. I guess as long as the phone don't overheat, right? you doing? Where's everybody from? Taking a drive. Heading back home, heading north, Washington State, Interstate 5. Just cruising, not going too fast, not too crazy. Cops have been out bad today. Quite a few of them. I think he's helping the phone a little bit, isn't it? I just feel it. Not too bad. Not too bad. Damn, I thought that was a cop rushing up behind me. He scared the shit out of me. Utah. Didn't realize the speed limit was 60. I was running 66. Yeah, I was just talking about speeding tickets, and like, I thought a cop was flying up right on my tail. I thought, oh great, you know, doing 6 over the speed limit will get popped right now. It was the fire department. They ended up coming around me. Made me a little nervous though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not too far. About another hour and 15 minutes home. And who knows, maybe I'll go down to the water. Down to Puget Sound, right? Or maybe Best Buy, who knows? Check out some things at Best Buy. Now, I wouldn't mind having a drone. That'd be kind of nice. They have the smaller drones, but I don't really know how they, how they handle them. They got some cheapy ones for like $250 at Best Buy, but I really don't know how well they are. Then you got the nicer ones, they're like $1,500. But I'd probably crash it. Nah, probably not, but yeah, I noticed it's a lot more humid, man, in Oregon than it is Washington. I kind of noticed that. CR England. I worked for CR England one time for a week. It wasn't a very good experience, let's put it that way. That was one of the crappiest truck companies I ever worked for. I don't really like to admit that I worked for them, but it is what it is, back in the day. I miss trucking sometimes. Trucking wasn't a big part of my life. Most of my life, really, trucking. I figure I was 21 when I became a truck driver, and then 47 when I quit trucking. Really most of my life, right? But I wouldn't mind like getting a Sprinter van and doing like the Sprinter van stuff. That'd be kind of cool. Which I know it's a little different. It's once you get loaded, you gotta go, non-stop. Usually nighttime delivery, nighttime running, nighttime freight. Double tap that screen, give it a like. Really helps out. Doesn't cost a thing. But of course, only if you like it, right? minutes to Tacoma, Washington. Starting to get closer to the city, so the road's starting to be crappier, you know. Thank you for the like. Thank you. Kind of wish it was like Montana where it was 80 mile per hour, you know, or at least 65 up here, you know, not 60. Right? Where's everybody from? Or even what state, right? Station's open. Truck bypass way station. I always love seeing that sign as a trucker. Bypass weigh station. I hate pulling at weigh stations. Going slow across the scale, hoping like hell they don't wave you in for an inspection. Or to see paperwork or whatever. It just kind of messes your day up, you know. Because you know when you're trucking, it's like you got to do, what, minimum 600 miles a day. Every day. or even more. They push you so hard now that, you know, I mean, it was bad enough when I was a driver, but now it's like you see these ads for truck driving, they're like 4,000 miles a week, and it's like, who in the hell wants to drive 4,000 miles a week? I guess if you're 20 years old, 21 years old maybe, but that's crazy. That's too much, man. Want you to push out 800-900 miles a day? That's ridiculous. All that. And now all the semis have, you know, cameras on the windshield. I can see the driver at all times. I can see out of the road. Every little bump you hit, or, you know, a car slows down in front of you, it's sending video clips of safety, and they're wanting to know what you're doing, and it's too much micromanaging, you know. That's my opinion, but it's a lot better when you could, like, you know, wow. I can't really say much better, you know, using a payphone, right? But at least then they weren't really tracking you. You just kind of call dispatch every once in a while, let them know where you're at, right? A lot of freedom out there, you know. As long as you picked up your load and delivered your load on time, they didn't care what the hell you did, or where you did it, or what. But even a lot of these trucking companies now are, you know, they tell their drivers exactly which route to take. You got to take this route. These are the fuel stops. You got to stop here, get 15 gallons here, and then drive 10 miles down the road and get another 11 gallons here. And it's too much of a pain, you know. Better just to fill your tanks up in one spot and get it trucking, you know. Set that cruise and just sit back. And that's what I always liked about, you know, one reason I like trucking on the West Coast is because you get out in the desert, you know, you just set your cruise. Just cruise all day, don't got to worry about nothing. But when you're on the eastern half of the U.S., you know, the roads are smaller, the truck stops are smaller, just a lot of traffic, you don't really make very good time. So, which I'm not a big city person either, but helicopter. You know, when I got up at the hotel this morning, there was 5 or 6 military jets flying over. It was pretty cool. It's pretty loud. Slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up. Make up your mind, people. Make up your mind. Getting in towards the cities, that's why, you know, towards Tacoma, Seattle. But it's only 12:30 here, so I was gonna stop somewhere like Mount Rainier or something like that, but Mount St. Helens. But I kind of want to get home before all the traffic hits. I don't really want to sit in rush hour traffic, to be honest. You know, right? Especially through Seattle. Got dump truck back here getting a little impatient with me, but nothing I can do, you know. Man, you got a lot of axles, don't you? Damn, it's getting hot. I noticed when you put the AC on in the dash or up in the, you know, I got it on defrost so, you know, kind of keep the phone cool because the sun's beating directly down on it and it's got a case, right? So, but the thing is, even though it's coming out, you can't really feel it. It's still hotter than hell in here because it's just pretty much hitting right off the hot windshield, but keeps the phone cool. That's all that matters. Might be a little too windy if I roll the window down, right? Thank you for the light. We're up to 6 likes here, so I don't know if it shows something different on your guys' screen, but it shows 6, but that's pretty good. Getting up there. I heard that name before, Halcon. Bucky for life. Oh, Bucky for life. Tacoma, 13 to 5, 20 to Federal Way. Oh, vanilla cream filled powder. There we go, that's pretty good. You like a lot of cream in it or just a little bit of cream in it? Like I don't mind the cream filled donuts, I just sometimes think they put too much in it where it's just overwhelming, right? It's too sweet. But I prefer a maple bar. Maybe some nuts on it or something. But I don't eat a lot of sweets anymore, you know, like I used to when I was younger. Getting older, it starts to catch up with you. Well, it has caught up with me, so. You know, believe it or not, if I was 21 years old again, well, if I was about 27 or 28 again, I think I'd still go truck driving. I'd still make that my life. Driving a truck. I don't know. Some people don't like to travel, but I love traveling. It makes me happy to get out here on the road, you know, just travel. Maybe have the window down. I always keep the window down anyway, so I'm driving. Thanks for the like, though. We're up to 7 likes. It's pretty good. Getting up there. Well, I mean, I know that's not a lot to most people, right? Yeah, that's nice. Nice for me, right? 7 likes. 8 likes. Look at that. Dang. Heck yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Guess that's pretty good for a small-time YouTuber, right? videos, which I enjoy doing videos. I enjoy it no matter what, even if it didn't get me views, but it doesn't seem like they, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the long videos get that many views, you know what I mean? The longer videos. It's mostly short videos. They get a lot more views. Which I understand, you know, I mean, when I'm watching YouTube on my phone or whatever, I'm not watching a bunch of long videos. Most of the time, I'm just kind of scrolling through the short feed, right? So I can understand where, you know, why shorts get more views. I think I need to focus more on how to edit, right? How to edit correctly or better. Better editing, video editing. A lot of times, you know, when I'm out of state and I do a video, I just kind of edit it on my phone, right? Through the DJI Mimo app. I don't have like a laptop or anything. I got a nice gaming PC at home, but that's a quick brake check, wasn't it? Hit that damn traffic. Nice little brake check. That's why you gotta watch out, man. These people are, the person in front of you ain't paying attention, man. You're all screwed. Hopefully it won't be that bad. I like when you're on I-5 there, when you're downtown Seattle, which we're going to go through anyways. But I like when you're in, you kind of go underneath the city a little bit, you know, like under the bridges. I thought it was kind of cool. It's like the skyscrapers are above you. And if you look to the left, when you're on I-5 Seattle, heading north, it's like all the streets go down real steep to the water. It's a pretty nice little view. But I don't, you know, I don't spend my time in downtown Seattle. I go to that market down there, a couple times. What the hell's it called? Pike's Market or something. I can't remember. But that's pretty nice. Getting a meal down there. You got a lot of panhandlers walking around bugging you. That's even what I heard about. Like I wanted to go to Venice Beach and what the hell is Venice Beach and Santa. What the hell is that called, man? Damn, can't remember it. Just north of Venice Beach, California. It's not Santa Maria. Santa Maria Pier? No, that don't sound right. Oh, I can't think of. Man, I got a brain fart or something. Damn. How the hell did I forget that, man? Anyways, I've always wanted to go there, you know, kind of check out the ocean, but you know, I heard it's not what it used to be, right? I-5 North Seattle. I think we just went through Tacoma. Or we're going through Tacoma, right? Oh, damn. Santa Maria. Santa Monica. That's what it is. The Santa Monica Pier. Why couldn't I think of that? Damn. Santa Monica Pier in California. It's got the amusement rides and stuff out there. And that, I think that's the same pier. It was in the movie, oh shit. Wow, man. I think I'm getting Alzheimer's or some shit. Lost Boys, that's what it is. The Lost Boys. Like the pier it shows in the background of the movie, I think that was Santa Monica Pier, wasn't it? I know it's in that game, GTA, but a lot of people don't like California, which, you know, they do got some screwed up laws, right? It's a little screwed up out there, but too expensive. But it's not a bad vibe when you're down like on the beach or something. Got little food trucks and different things. That's what I always liked about trucking out when I went out to California trucking, was usually when you were sitting on some side street waiting to get unloaded, especially if you pulled like a refrigerated trailer. You always had all the food trucks down along the road. I always had really, really good food. That's one thing I miss about Texas is food trucks, Raising Cane's, which we have a Raising Cane's north of Seattle now. I just opened, I guess, this morning. See, Chili's, that's another thing I miss. Texas Roadhouse, I miss that. Buc-ee's, I miss that. And the bigger gas stations, because up in Washington State, all the gas stations seem tiny, you know, like small little crap holes, you know, right? Texas got them big gas stations, but I like the weather up here a lot more. That's for damn sure. I don't miss that hot ass Texas heat. Triple digit, humid as hell. That and like flying cockroaches, or tree roaches, whatever they call them. Well, we're up to 8 likes. Double tap that screen if you're enjoying the little drive here. Really helps out. Doesn't even feel like we've been doing this for 57 minutes. Kind of mounted my phone like between the dash and windshield. And then I lowered my dash cam down to kind of hold it in place. So it's not doing too bad, I guess, right now. I guess unless we hit a lot of bumpy roads, maybe. Fife, exit 1 mile. Fife, Washington. You know, I wanted to go up, there's a really nice viewpoint to see Mount St. Helens. But it's like 44 miles of forest road. Backwoods, unpaved forest road, which I'm sure is in probably pretty good shape because a lot of people go out there, but I mean, you really need a whole day for that, you know. It's not really something you're just going to pop off the interstate and go check it out for an hour and come back, right? I mean, you need the whole day. Never heard of that. Ruler? Is that what it is? You guys do a lot of traveling or anything? Federal Way. 32 degrees out. Well, that's just what it says on the dash. That's pretty hot for Washington. I know it started raining like last November, and it stopped finally like towards the end of April. It's like every day rain, 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 rain. But that's why it's so beautiful out here. Because of all that rain, right? Remember, double tap that screen. Helps get it out to the algorithm. More people can see it, right? I gotta admit though, my video yesterday of Multnomah Falls was, I don't feel that was really that great. You know, I didn't make it all the way to the top. I was kind of too close to the closing time, you know, close to dark. I started doing a live stream up there, but for an hour, but for some reason I lost it. I don't know. No idea where it went. Boston Cream. Seems like to be a popular one, Boston Cream. Was that actually a white person? What? What do you mean? There's a lot of white people out here in Washington. Well, there are and there aren't, I guess. A lot of cultures out here in Washington, right? From all over the place. Apple fritter. Wow, that's a first. Apple fritter. Damn, apple fritters are good. We went to a donut shop in Paulsbo, Washington, and they had a lot of homemade donuts. I think they had homemade apple fritters. They had pretty much everything. Things I've never even heard of. They had this cream cheese donut. I think it had like 1,900 calories. It was crazy, yeah. Yeah, get a little closer to Seattle. aren't we? Getting up there. Good deal. This seat is not very comfortable for long trips. You know, when I moved up here from Texas, I rented the RV, you know, not the RV, the damn U-Haul, right? It wasn't the biggest U-Haul, like the medium one. And that was a comfortable ride, man. I'm telling you. That was a comfortable, like I never hurt, was never sore. That was just comfortable. Had like a comfortable bench seat, great to sleep on. I slept so good. I'm like 6'1", so I slept really, really good on that seat. Damn, man, jelly donut. Yeah, jelly donut's good. Looks like more people like the cream-filled jelly donuts than the non-cream-filled. My favorite is the maple bar, though. I just love the maple bar flavor. Always been one of my favorites. Chocolate bar is pretty good too, you know. Like I don't really mind cream filling and jelly, I just don't want a lot of it, you know. Where it's just dripping out of the donut all over the place, right? Like 4 gallons of jelly donut, or jelly slips into a donut, right? Roads are knocking the phone all over the place. Double tap that screen. We're up to 10 likes so far. Not bad in an hour. Of course, only if you... Oh, thank you. There we go. 7 likes. Not forcing you, though. Just only if you like it, right? Wow, 12 likes. Heck yeah. I appreciate it. 13 likes. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I think when I was a truck driver, it was my favorite trailer to pull was a 14. Man, we're really going up there now. My favorite trailer to pull in a semi was a flatbed. I just always loved flatbed. I hate tarpon. Tarpon sucks. Really, really sucks. But I liked any load that was a non-tarp load. But just something about, you know, strapping down your load, especially if you have like oversized equipment or big equipment. Maybe not oversized, but just equipment, you know, right? You got to deliver to a lot of places. There wasn't really no sitting and waiting on a dock for 16 hours, you know. It was pull up, undo your load, they come out, unload you, sign your paperwork, down the road, right? You got to see a lot more. Moving from Texas to Washington is quite a culture shock, wasn't it? Yeah, it actually was. It was funny because when we were looking for a place out in Washington, it was just weird. Like, I've never lived anywhere that didn't have air conditioning, right? Like, every place you go in these days it's got central air, right? So or at least a window AC, but it was just really a shock knowing that like none of these places have AC out here. Only like the hotels or motels, but I was kind of worried because, you know, being in Texas, you pretty much got to run the AC 24/7. It's just hotter than hell, right? Unless it's the winter time when it gets cold, like 60s, but 50s. But yeah, it was a big shock right there. Yeah, complete different culture shock. It's a lot different out here, but I mean, we didn't move out here for politics or anything, you know. Just I've always liked, you know, driving through the Northwest, you know, as a trucker, and just I love mountains and pine trees and wilderness, and yeah, so that was really the main reason for the move. But well, I mean, so far pretty good. Haven't had no trouble out here. Nobody's causing no trouble, nothing. We just kind of keep to ourselves, you know, just me and the wife, and that's about it. Of course, I've been taking a lot of little traveling trips lately. I think my next one will be Yosemite National Park, but I don't know, that might be 2-3 weeks from now, maybe. You know, I've been doing a lot. I went to Redwoods National Park, California, Crater Lake National Park, Oregon. Then I came home, and then I went to Montana, to an 1800s gold mining town, way up these dirt roads, way up in the mountains, 7,000 feet. That was pretty cool. Then I came back home, and 2 weeks later went back out to Montana, checked out an old, like a small town festival, checked out the old Montana Territorial Prison. That was pretty cool. I was going to go to Yellowstone and the lava tube cave things in Idaho, but I decided not to because I couldn't find a room, you know. Everything was booked up. So I ended up staying in this crappy little motel in Drummond, Montana. Like it was nasty. I mean, it wasn't like too crazy, but let's just say I slept fully clothed. Like, I didn't even want to sleep on the damn bed. But I didn't have a choice, man. Everything else was booked. Then I ended up coming back towards Washington. I ended up slept in the car in Spokane at a Petro truck stop, which wasn't bad. I sleep pretty good in here. Came home for one night and then shot down to Portland yesterday. Got there about 5:30 p.m., checked into the hotel, shot over to Multnomah Falls, got back to the room about 11. Yeah, about it. Oh, you drive an 18-wheeler too? Okay. Been over the Cabbage Patch a few times? Yeah, that's pretty. Cabbage Patch is nice. Nice. Kind of sucks in the winter time a little bit. Do you run a lot of West Coast now? Wall Striker? A free donut? Yeah, everything. Anything that's free is good, right? Yeah, my favorite is Western 11, but I know when I got my CDL when I was back in 1999, and my first year driving was nothing but Peoria, Illinois to the boroughs in New York City. I hated it. It sucked so bad. Oh, man. It was actually more than a year. It was like 2 years. Oh, Southeast Regional out of Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. I never really was big. I mean, Southeast isn't that bad, you know what I mean? But I just don't like the Northeast. Like, I'm not saying anything bad. Like, you know, if you're in a car or whatever, it's got beautiful country up Northeast, Vermont and all that places. But I just don't like it in a truck, you know? That's why I prefer being out west. You know, you can just set your cruise and go. Cruise across the desert, right? But yeah. Yeah, I drove for 25 years, OTR. Used to do a lot of Fairbanks, Alaska. From Columbia, South Carolina, right there, the military base. Columbia, South Carolina to Fairbanks, Alaska. Take military stuff up there for cold weather testing. That was always a fun load. I never did it in the winter, but I did it in the summertime. Remember, double tap that screen, get some likes up there. We're up to 14 likes. Which I think's a record. Are you a owner-operator or a company driver? Ball striker? I can see Seattle in the distance. Greenfield. Wow. I used to go to Jacksonville. Okay. Ramona, California. Oh, alright, a lot. Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Oh, company Walmart. Yeah, well, they say Walmart's a good place to be a company driver. Don't you guys get paid for when you're sitting in the dock at a store or something, sleeping? That's what I heard, but oh, Pomona. Pomona? Yeah, Pomona, California. I didn't mind going out to Cali. I seen a Walmart truck the other day. There was the interstate was shut down for an hour and a half, I-90, for an accident, and there was a little frontage road off to the side, but all it did was went up in the wilderness and it didn't go nowhere else, you know. And I kind of felt bad for the guy. I was thinking, man, I hope some trucker don't go down that, you know, right? All of a sudden you see this Walmart truck go by. I thought, oh Lord. Then when I got up the road further after the road opened, he was stuck, man. He had nowhere to turn around. The road was too skinny to turn around. And that was like 4 miles up the road. I kind of felt bad for him, but it's kind of his fault for not, you know, at least looking to see where it went before he got off the exit, right? Following that GPS. Oh, hourly layover? That's good. Yeah, that's great. Get all the benefits. But I heard it's hard to get on as a Walmart driver. Or do you do mostly like distribution center to distribution center? Or DC to DC, whatever? I never liked sitting in the Walmart DCs as just a, you know, as a being a different company, not Walmart, just being a, you know, delivering there. Because a lot of times it'd be like take you 1 hour to unload and 15 hours to get your paperwork. You know, one of those deals. So that wasn't really a very fun time, especially if you didn't bring nothing to eat or whatever. No, but like I was saying earlier, yeah, I like, I mean, I miss trucking, I miss riding in a semi, but am I ever going to do it again? Probably not. No. I just don't really want to deal with DOT and weigh stations anymore, to be honest. And I don't really want a camera on the windshield staring at me. And I guess the only way I would ever do it again is if I bought my own semi, right? And did it, pick my own loads, and that is a great thing to do. The last like 4 or 5 years of when I was driving, I drove for a guy. He had his own company. He only had 2 trucks, but yeah, I just picked my own loads right off the load boards. Negotiate with brokers, got to go where I want. Was never rushed, never in a hurry. So that was pretty good. Just stretch my legs, take my time. and I was still making good money, even though I didn't. Sometimes I only did 1,500 miles maybe in a week, but I was making more money than if I was working at some big company doing 2,500, 3,000 miles a week. Because I got paid percentage. You know? I got 50% of whatever the truck made, right? That was a good deal. A lot of rules, yeah. A company driver is a nice truck, right? Maybe a nice Cascadia. I always liked Freightliners, Cascadias. Yeah, I know, right? I had fun, and then he ended up getting rid of his company, and we ended up leasing on to Cloud Trucking, which was cool too. Cloud Trucking was nice because, you know, you don't have a dispatcher. They get a lot of bad crap though, you know what I mean? But I never had no problems. The only bad thing was you could never get a hold of them. But I didn't have no problems. They left me alone. I just called, booked my own loads. Off, you know, we paid for load boards, but then we also used their load board too. But whenever you use their load board, it was nice. You just pick it right off. Sometimes you didn't have to call them, but then you got paid right away. If I delivered at 8 o'clock in the morning and sent my empty call through my phone, boom, I was paid within 30 minutes, man, right on the card. That was nice. All 2026 Cascadia. Hell yeah, bro. Air ride suspension is nice. Yeah. Damn. Comfortable ride. You know, I thought about doing a Sprinter van. That's what I'm looking around at, either a Ford Transit, extended length, or, I mean, you got the, you know, the 170-inch extended Mercedes Sprinter with the diesel, but now I'm thinking, do I really want to deal with DEF and all them emissions problems, right? So would it be better just to go with the gas engine, a Ford gas engine, where you can actually get it worked on at a lot of places if it does break down? You can see Seattle there, see it. But yeah, I mean, you get better fuel mileage in a diesel Sprinter, and the engine, of course, lasts a lot longer, but it's a lot more expensive when you break down too, and there's not very many places you can get fixed. But well, the good thing about a Sprinter is no logbook, no weight station. You got to deal with none of that crap. Pull off any exit. You don't have to worry about making a wrong turn. Turn around, park in a regular parking spot, you know. But with that comes other stuff, like when you get a load, you have to run it straight. If you accept a load that's 1,100 miles, well, guess what? You better make damn sure you can drive 1,100 miles with no sleep, because that's just how it is, you know, expedited. If the mountain's really bad and people are having to chain up, well, you better keep going, man. Better do it. There ain't no pulling over and taking a 10-hour break. That's the only downfall. That's the only negative thing about it. But like I said, I like traveling, so I love it. I like it. Delivering a couple pallets or something. Very nice. Something has to do with transport. I just don't really want to do local, you know. 16-hour days, fighting traffic all the time. Nah, I'm alright. Damn, look at this. Not even rush hour yet. 1:16 p.m. Seattle. Already getting all this crap. Damn. I know I talk a lot, don't I? Double tap that screen if you're enjoying the little ride through Seattle here. My longest stream so far, an hour and 26 minutes so far. But it's made time fly. Said it ain't that bad of a drive down to Portland. can't really see it, but there's let's see if I can. Got Seattle, got the stadium over here. I don't know if you can see it very good, but yeah. Express lane, 3/4 mile open. I'm gonna take this express lane because I don't know if they're still doing the work on the bridge. They were doing work on the I-5 bridge down to one lane, and it was a very, very, very long backup. So I'm gonna run this express lane. Don't cost nothing. But you gotta set this little backup on the express lane exit ramp, right? That usually works out pretty good. I don't know, maybe they got the bridge construction done already, but I doubt it. It's alright, we'll wait. No biggie. I like when you get up here, you see the buildings up ahead, but you kind of dip down underneath the city, right? It's kind of like the city's above you. And you're down in these like little tunnels, right? Yeah, if you're still on here, Ball Striker, I plan on going in, I think it's October, to the largest truck show, which is in California. I plan on going down there. I did finally make it to the Iowa 80 truck show. I'd never stop there. All them years of trucking, never had time, you know, always on the go, but I finally got to go there when I lived in Texas, man, and spent a couple days there. It was really nice. It rained, but it was pretty cool. Pretty nice experience. But I do want to hit that California truck show. It's supposed to be the largest. That'd be pretty neat. That festival I went to the other day in Deer Lodge, Montana was cool. I mean, it wasn't what I expected, but it's a small town, you know, can't expect a lot. Figured at least they'd have some carnival rides or something, you know what I mean, for the kids. But express lane under Seattle. See, we're kind of going underneath the skyscraper, right? You kind of think, how in the hell does this bridge hold up all that kind of weight, right? Hopefully won't lose the signal. I didn't think about that. Yeah, Walcott, Iowa. Walcott, Iowa. Iowa 80. TA truck stop. Hopefully we can keep our signal. Like I said yesterday, I did that live stream, but whenever I ended the live stream, it just deleted, I guess. Not there no more. I thought, damn, man. Remember, double tap that screen. We're up to 14 likes. But only if you're enjoying it. Doesn't cost a dime, right? Go, man. Hot shot. Well, I want to do a hot shot drive. I'm in my car right now. I've just been traveling around doing, I call it things I could never do as a truck driver tour. doing things I never could do in a semi, like when I went down to Redwoods National Forest, and now I'm retired from trucking, so I just been driving around, surrounding states, just checking out scenery, doing a little hiking. Well, I wouldn't really say hiking, but just traveling around, right? Doing some YouTube videos. But if I do decide to get into hotshot driving, which is possible, I've really been talking to it about it with my wife. But if I do that, then that'd be cool too. I can do videos on that, right? Plus, I can always take a day off somewhere if I'm somewhere cool and I can do a cool YouTube video. Well, cool to me, right? Crater Lake in Oregon is nice. Oh yeah, I just went there like a month ago. Only thing that kind of made me mad was at the gate I got charged, of course, $20-some, national park, right? It's to be expected. But they didn't bother telling me you couldn't drive around the crater. Like that was the plan. Drive all the way around, spend the whole day doing the loop, all the like scenic viewpoints. So you drive up the mountain to the first welcome center, and then that's it. The road's closed. You can't drive around the crater. Sorry, it's not open this time of year. You got to wait till 3 more weeks or whatever. I was thinking, man, they could have told me that, right? I mean, but I do need to get that America the Beautiful pass for $80. That'd be annual, because we do got a lot of national parks here in Washington. So, and the surrounding states. So, yeah. The only weird thing about Crater Lake, I don't know if it was the altitude at 6,000 some feet or what, but when I come down from there, I got really, after I'd been driving for about 45 minutes, came down elevation, and then I got real dizzy. Like I was feeling really, really dizzy, man. It kind of scared me a little bit. I never felt that way before. And I ended up drinking a bunch of water and everything, and ended up being okay, but someone said, oh, it could have been like a mild altitude sickness. Like, it's not like really severe, but like mild symptoms of altitude sickness. If you're not used to that, right? I don't know. Could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't. Who knows? But see, when I did that, there's a gold mining town called Garnett up in Montana. It's northeast of Missoula, and you have to drive up miles and miles of dirt road to get to it. Don't follow your GPS because it'll get you lost. But yeah, that's really cool. That was like 7,000 some feet. I did a video on that one. That was really, really cool, man. There was a lot of stories about, like, some lady she had missed that, got off the train. She took a train from Missoula to somewhere, and then where it's I-90 now where the train was, but then of course I-90 wasn't there, right? But she ended up getting off the train, and the stagecoach didn't wait for train passengers, and she had to start like in the kitchen in Garnett cooking food for travelers the next morning. So she ended up walking 12 miles overnight by herself up trails into the mountains just so she could be on work on time, her first day. I thought, damn, man, the struggles some people had to go through, right, in those days. People always say, oh, the good old days. It's like, yeah, really? Were they that great? Were they that good? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, you're right. It could have been dehydration, because I stopped and I got a water out of the cooler out of the truck, man. I started drinking that, and then I ended up stopping at a Pilot, like on, I can't remember what highway that is, back road in Oregon, and then I ended up come back out of the Pilot, started drinking another water, and probably within 20 minutes after leaving the Pilot, I started feeling good again. But can it dehydrate you that quick? Old-fashioned cake donut. Oh, the old cake donut. Yeah, buddy. Damn, making me hungry. I haven't eaten nothing yet today. All that has water. I need some caffeine. That's what I need. But they didn't have sugar-free caffeine at Jubit's truck stop, so I didn't get nothing, right? I don't know. I can't stand coffee. I've tried to drink coffee over the years, like every other truck driver in the world, but I don't know, man. It smells good. It just really screws my stomach up. I'm a rookie, I guess. A rookie coffee drinker. My big thing was Mountain Dews and energy drinks, and I don't do that now, but like all my trucking career, man, all my younger years, that was like the trucker breakfast was energy drink and about come over, buddy. Energy drink and about 4 cigarettes, and I was like a 2-pack a day smoker, man, for all my trucking career, pretty much. Well, 1 to 2 pack a day, that's a lot, but I don't smoke anymore, man, at all. Yeah, I might have been partially dehydrated already, but I quit smoking cigarettes 5 years ago, man. I can't stand the smell of them now. It's weird, too. I think to myself, like, when I get around a smoker, I can really tell. If they're a really heavy smoker, it'll burn my eyes. But it's like, I think, man, is that how people smelled me when I was a smoker? Like, I can't imagine, like, some of the thoughts of the mechanics that worked on my semis, like, if they weren't a smoker, it probably stunk really bad there, you know, of cigarettes. But, yeah. No, I'm not saying I regret, you know what I mean? I enjoyed smoking a cigarette, cruising down the road, you know. But I'd never do it again, because that was the hardest thing I've ever quit in my entire life, man. And that was rough. It took me a year of patches and a wife really pushing me, you know. Like, you just had one 20 minutes ago, you know, just really pushing at me, encouraging me, pushing at me. That's the only reason I quit. If it wasn't for her, I'd still be smoking. Who knows, I'd probably be dead now. I quit drinking energy drinks, I quit smoking cigarettes. I don't drink. I haven't drank since I got my CDL. So yeah, that was a good thing. But I can feel the effects. Like I hiking up Multnomah Falls yesterday, I was out of breath quite a bit. That's because, you know, I gained a lot of weight after I quit smoking cigarettes, because I didn't have nothing to do. It's like I had to learn how to drive a semi all over again, you know, really. It's like, didn't know what to do, so I just started eating, snacking, eating, trying to do something to replace not having a cigarette in my hand, you know. I gained a lot of weight, like 60, 70 pounds, man, in the last 5 years. So, yeah. Now I just got to lose all that somehow. It's really tough when you get older. Oh, you vape now? Yeah, I tried doing vaping, but I still wanted to smoke a cigarette. I went and bought this like $200 vape at some up in north of Salt Lake City, Ogden, Utah, crossing the Flying J, some vape shop. Bought like a $200 vape and had all these juices to put in it. Yeah, it didn't really last that long. I was still smoking cigarettes too as I was vaping, right? Didn't really work for me. But if it works for you, that's great, man. And of course, it still ain't good for you, but I'm sure it's a lot better than smoking cigarettes, right? I'm sure you feel a little better too, breathe a little better. Hey, we're up to 15 likes. Look at that. Good deal. We're an hour and 41 minutes into it. It won't last much longer. I'm almost home, so Well, I think I'm going to end this live stream, guys. I'm getting close to home. I don't really want to live stream all the way to my house. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, it doesn't stink, so that's that. That's great. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to end this live stream, guys. I appreciate the support and all the likes you guys giving me, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the little drive. I sure enjoyed your company and the conversation, and made the day a little better. So I'll see you guys on the next random live or whatever YouTube video or short it's on my channel. Just make sure you go by and check it out if you haven't. You guys take it easy, man. Have a good one. Oh, be safe out there too, ball striker on the road. Keep the shiny side up, man. Don't get in too much trouble at the weigh station. Take it easy, man. See you guys later. Nice meeting you. Make sure to subscribe and helps out. Throw that in there, right? Take it easy.